Hey, this is Russ. You might have noticed I didn't have a knee replacement video for you guys on Friday. Tuesdays and Fridays are usually when we do our knee replacement videos, and I apologize for not having it available for you. And the reason is because I was kind of under the weather. Yeah, I was under the weather for several days. On Tuesday, I got my Pfizer vaccine booster shot. And so it kind of knocked me out. I'm still kind of a little bit under the weather. So if I'm not exactly myself today, it's because I still kind of feel some of the effect of it. Okay, so I had the chills, I had the body aches, full body aches. I mean, it was so bad that even moving my fingers like this, I could feel it in every joint. That's how much of body aches I had, and of course your arm hurts where you got the shot. And yeah, so I wasn't really up to doing a video. I usually do the knee replacement videos like the day before. So the e-bike videos, I was ahead of everything by about a week and a half. So whenever you see an e-bike video, I was a week and a half ahead of you guys. All right, that's why we still have some e-bike videos out there, even though it's kind of freezing cold out here. In fact, I think they expect it's going to snow today. Yeah, that's what's showing in the forecast, or within the next few days, it's going to snow here in the Chicago area. So, anyways, you might be wondering too, how did this guy get his booster shot so fast? He's not 65. That's true, I'm not. So how did I get it earlier? Well, as you might know, that certain conditions, medical conditions, make you more eligible to get these shots before your age group. You can get in there earlier. Okay. When I first got the first Pfizer shot, I went in there earlier too, and because in our healthcare system, there's an online thing that you can check to see your status of your medical conditions and stuff like that, and it showed that I was actually eligible to go in to get the shots right away. In fact, yeah, I got that on the first shot. Got that earlier, and then of course the second shot you have to go in a month later, and then of course the booster shot this time said the same thing. It says that I was overdue. I was due to go in and go get it. So I set it up and I went and got the booster shot. Okay. So what are my underlying conditions? Well, obesity would be one of them. I told you guys that I am way overweight. Okay. And I never tell you how heavy I am, but I am overweight. And so that is one cause. If you have limited mobility, okay, well, with the knee replacement, that would put me into limited mobility. Although my knee replacement is getting better, but man, 2 years to get over that thing. So that could be a reason. I'm not really sure which of these reasons they put me under where I qualify. And then at one time, my doctor had said that I was pre-diabetic, meaning I wasn't quite 100% there yet, but I was heading towards diabetic. And so that's when I started doing the dieting and things, and that dropped my whole thing down to where I wasn't diabetic or pre-diabetic anymore. In fact, the last time I went in, he told me that whatever you did, you kind of got rid of everything, and my numbers on my blood work is perfect. All right, I don't have high cholesterol. My blood pressure was down. Everything was pretty much good. That was one of the reasons why I was able to get my knee replacement done too. It's because my blood work and everything showed that I was in probably the best condition I was able to be in order to get the knee replacement. So I figured with all that being said, with my physical condition being better than it probably had been in many years, it was probably the best time to go get this knee replacement. Plus, I was closing my business and all that type of thing. So one of those three things qualified me for going in early for my initial shots and also for my booster. Okay. So regardless of where you stand on the whole vaccine situation, I got mine's done, and so I was kind of zonked out of it for several days. All right. So the whole purpose of today's video is not that. I just wanted to give you an explanation of how this whole booster thing and what happened to Friday's video. Today's thing I wanted to talk about is where is the future of Russ is Right headed for this coming winter season, all right, as we get closer to it. I agonized for several weeks thinking about what we are going to do. Now, some people have said, oh, it's so simple. Do the photography thing, okay, because you've been teaching photography and, you have a background in photography. You know what? I taught photography for 8 years, okay? I literally, what did I do? 6 days out of the week for 8 years, I was teaching photography. It's not like I don't want to do it anymore, but it's just that it was so much that I just don't have it in me to do any more of that. All right. So yeah, we're not going to do the photography thing. So I kept thinking, what is it that I do and do well that I can bring to the table here at Russ is Right that would keep people's interest? Well, I don't know even if what I'm going to tell you is going to be of interest to you or not, but this is what I'm going to do, okay? The one thing that I do well is I can tell a good story sometimes. So I figured, there's a lot of things that have happened to me over the years and things that are currently happening to me, things that I notice, things that I read, things that I see on television, things. I have a lot of viewpoints of certain things. I'm just going to tell you guys what I think about certain things. Okay. And so some of it will be just stories that have happened to me, things I've observed, but some of them will be things that are current events, things that might be of interest to you guys. All right. So yeah, we're going to do mostly things indoors. We're not going to go out because, yeah, it's cold here in Chicago. I'm not going to ride my bike. I'm not going to do any of that. And I apologize for those who came here just to watch Russ is Right because of the e-bike videos that I've been doing all summer long. But being in Chicago, that kind of means we really can't ride our bikes. Okay, some people do, but come on, I'm too old. I have a replaced knee. I'm not going to go out and take that gamble on my knee. So I'm not going to pick up the e-bike stuff again until probably sometime in the spring, mid to late spring, something like that, when the weather is probably closer to 60 degrees. Yeah, I made the determination that 60 degrees is the weather that I really feel most comfortable being at for the bottom number. So 60 and above, right, is when I'm going to go out. So if you're an e-bike person that came here to watch Russ is Right, okay, I hope you'll still stay subscribed, even if you may or may not be watching some of these new things that we're going to be talking about. In the meantime, stay subscribed, and that way when we start the e-bike videos again, which we will do heavily again in the spring and summer months and into the early fall, you'll be ready to see those again, okay? But yeah, we're going to be talking about things that have interest to me, things that have happened to me, things that I see that I want to make a comment on. Okay, so yeah, it'll be indoor type videos again, although you'll probably see the same background that I always use. This is Lake Zurich, in case you're interested in what that lake is behind me. We'll just be talking, really. I think that's really the best I can do during the winter months. And hopefully I'll keep your interest in whatever topics we come up with, okay? Oh, one thing I will do as well is I decided that I will be going on the diet. Now, I mentioned once before that I wanted to lose like 20 pounds. I didn't lose that 20 pounds. I ended up gaining more weight. People have asked, has the e-bike helped you in losing weight? No, I gained weight. And I know how I did it too, just sitting around. Okay, even though I was out on the e-bike doesn't really get me much exercise. It helps keep my legs moving, which is what I needed for my knee. Okay, but it doesn't really make me sweat or anything like that. I'm not burning huge calories doing it. So yeah, and then going back into your old habits of eating things that you probably have never eaten in the last several years while you were on a diet. Yeah, so I gained some weight. So, yeah, I've decided I'm going to go back on the diet, and I'll let you guys know how I'm doing on the diet, okay, and how I'm doing the diet. So if you want to do a diet with me, go ahead and do so, but don't do my diet, all right? I'm going to do my diet the way I typically had been doing it. I did this diet like 3 times before in the past. Each time I lost anywhere between 30 and 50 pounds each time. My problem is I keep gaining it back because I go back to my old habits. And if you don't go back to your old habits and continue doing what you're doing, you'll keep that stuff off. But of course, yeah, I didn't do that. So my doctor has approved me doing what I do because I have mentioned to him before in the past how I do it. And he says, you're fine. Your blood work is perfect. Don't worry about it. You're doing good. Just keep doing what you're doing. So it's okay for me. That doesn't mean it's okay for you. So if you decide to do a diet while I'm doing a diet, my suggestion again is go talk to your own doctor, find out what's good for you and what you should be doing, okay? Because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a physical therapist, I'm not any of those medical things. So anything you see from my channel, as my disclaimer, okay, you do at your own risk, all right? But it works for me, so I'm doing it for me, but it may not work for you. It may not be safe for you. So do it your way according to what your doctor tells you to do. Okay, so that's what we're going to do going forward. We're going to talk a little bit about my diets. We're going to talk a little bit about things that has happened to me in the past, and we'll talk about things that I've noticed, and kind of bring some discussion to the table. And hopefully that'll have you guys talking a little bit more too on the comment section too. All right. So that's it. Just wanted to give you those explanations of what happened on Friday, lack of the video, and then what we're going to be doing going forward. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Definitely hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys next time.